Have you ever seen a picture that made people stop, talk, and argue for many years? That is exactly what happened when rare photos of Yvonne Craig wearing a G-string started moving from one place to another. These images surprised fans, shocked critics, and sparked endless talk across magazines and fan clubs. And staying until the end matters because this story is not only about photos but also about fame, public image, and how one bold choice can shape how a star is remembered. Yvonne Craig was known to many people as a strong and confident actress, and most fans remember her for her role as Batgirl, where she played a smart and fearless hero on television, which made her seem classy, athletic, and cool. And that is why these photos caught so many people off guard, because they showed a side of her that fans were not used to seeing. The photos were taken during a private photo session meant for a small audience, and in the pictures Yvonne wears a G-string outfit that leaves very little covered, with daring poses meant to push limits, and at that time such images were rare, especially for actresses known for family-friendly roles, which made the photos even more talked about. Some fans felt confused when they first saw the images and asked why an actress with such a clean public image would agree to such a shoot, while others felt excited and praised her confidence, and people could not agree, which kept the photos alive in public talk for many years because whether people liked them or not, they kept looking. It is important to remember the time when these photos were taken because Hollywood was changing and many actors were trying new ways to stay noticed, and photo shoots were one of the few ways stars could control their own image. So Yvonne, like many others, may have wanted to show that she was more than one role and may have wanted freedom to express herself in her own way. The media reaction was strong as some magazines refused to show the photos while others placed them in special sections with bold headlines meant to grab attention, which helped spread the images even further, and once the public saw them there was no going back because the photos became part of her story. Critics often forget that actors are real people with different sides, moods, and choices, and Yvonne Craig trained as a dancer and athlete and was proud of her body, so for her the shoot may have been about control and self-pride rather than shock value, and fans who understood this saw the photos in a different light. Over time, the shock slowly faded and new generations found the images and saw them as a sign of a changing culture, and what once seemed risky started to feel more normal. Yet the photos remain a point of debate because some see them as brave while others still feel unsure, and that mix of opinions keeps interest alive. These photos also show how one moment can follow a celebrity for a lifetime, because even with many great performances people often bring up this shoot first, showing how powerful images can be since a single set of photos can shape public memory for many years. As you watch this video, think about how you would feel in her place and whether you would judge or try to understand the reason behind the choice, because fame can be a heavy weight and every decision is watched closely, and Yvonne Craig lived with that pressure just like many stars before and after her. Now that you have seen the story behind these photos, you can look again with fresh eyes and see them not only as shocking images but as a moment in a long career. And if you found this story interesting, you can like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more stories that go beyond the surface, because staying until the end of future videos may bring another surprising story. Before you scroll away, remember that stories like this are often shared without full context because photos can freeze 1 second and ignore the rest of a life. And Yvonne Craig worked hard for many years learning skills, taking risks, and showing up even when cameras were not rolling. So it is easy to label a laugh, but better to be fair, since when we talk about public figures our words matter and respect keeps conversation open and honest. This channel aims to share stories with balance rather than shame or mock, and if you choose to comment it helps to think before typing, share your view, and allow room for others to disagree because that is how real discussion grows. And by staying curious and thoughtful we can learn more about fame, choice, and the power of images without losing kindness. One last note is that viewer interest often focuses on the boldest moments even though careers are built on many quiet days filled with acting, training, and practice, and remembering that balance helps us see people as whole and not only as headlines. So thank you for staying with this video because your time matters here and thoughtful viewers who watch closely and think deeply are appreciated. And you are welcome to keep exploring stories with care, curiosity, and respect as you retain for the next upload soon.